Good morning and welcome to the no, it's not the Tony's Tackle Sea Match channel. Welcome to Fishing with CJ. It's such a long time since I've said that I almost forgot what the name of my channel was. Now you might notice I haven't actually been fishing for a while. I think Boxing Day was the last time I went fishing. There's a lot of things in my life that have come along and conspired to ensure that I haven't fished. But today is a Tony's Tackle Open, and rather than filming it for Tony, I'm going to fish it and film it for myself. I'm down the beach. I'm on not a great peg, but it's a peg, you know, that sometimes throws up some unusual fish. So you never know, I might get lucky and pick up something big. I know Gerald won an over 50s down on this peg a week or so ago with a nice sole and a nice bass. So yeah. And it's a peg that doesn't get fished that much. So possibly, you know, where all the other pegs are getting hammered every weekend, this one might throw up some fish. So that's what I'm hoping for. So I've got one rod out. It's got a 3-hook, what would you call it? 2 up, 1 down, Portsmouth loop rig with a sort of a variety of combinations of worms. So I've got a fresh out on 1 hook. I've got just straight wrap lug on the 2nd hook. And then I've got a cocktail of mackerel and worm on the 3rd hook. They're size 4 Sakumas, I believe, and I'm fishing with a 6-ounce lead. Now I've been down here a little while messing around because I've got a new reel which I haven't tried out before, and obviously I wanted to give it a few casts to get the line bedded in. And I had a leader knot failure, and then I don't know, it's new line, it just wouldn't tie a leader knot. So I've gone to what my old faithful, which is a double uni knot, which makes it for a bit of a bulky knot, which means it rattles down the line around the rings when I cast it a bit, which isn't great. But anyway, we're fishing, and I'm one of, I think you said 26 people fishing today, and I'm at the very end peg, and it stretches all the way down to the crab shack, which is sort of, you can't see, it's in that little bay that's tucked out of sight there. Yeah, well, I'll put the camera on when something else happens. Got a few gadgets to play with here. Got a little bit of activity on the rod, but it might be a little bit of weed I've picked up or something like that. Got the beach shelter up. I haven't had that up this winter yet, which is nice. I'm nice and tucked in the beach shelter. And of course, I made myself a nice flask of tea, and it's sitting on a kitchen table at home. So I haven't got I haven't got the secret weapon of tea and a piece of cake, unless I can find a cafe round here. I don't want to walk too far, I don't want to leave my gear here because there's a lot of people walking around. But yeah, just good to be down the beach and fishing. So, thanks for joining me. Hopefully, I will show you some action in a minute. See you in a bit. So I better set up a second paternoster so that I'm ready to change over should I get a fish, or if we get any activity at all. I've seen a few little movements on my rod tip there, but again, I don't think it's fish. We'll see. So let's set up another paternoster. We'll use the same as before. We'll have a look at that and look at the baits I'm putting on it. Well, something's putting a bend in that rod. Might be the wind. But let's have a look. Face track enabled. Follow me down the beach. It's got me on face track. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Could be something on here. Woo! I brought that beach shelter with me now. Very nearly didn't. If there is something on here, it's not very big. No, it's coming in too easy. No fish there, don't think. No, It's the fickle fuckle fish. I don't even think those baits have been touched. Let's get the second rig on there, get it out there. Oh, that wind is getting up. Right, see if it follows me down the beach. Is it following me? Is it L? Right, another bait's in the water, get that first rig baited up and then sit and wait, see what happens. Nearly gone. So we'll put a couple of these on the bottom hook, I think, because they're not very big. Da, da, da. Oh, we've got a bite. We have got a bite on this rod. We have got a bite, yeah, definitely going. Only little touches though. If it's hooked, it ain't very big. So I'm interested to see which of these baits is the fish are taking on, biting, and then we'll concentrate on doing that version of the bait. Yeah, definitely something knocking on there, but it's tiny little taps. Oh, dewdrop on the end of my nose. I'm hungry. That, oh, still knocking away. Still knocking away. Still knocking away, so let's get it in, see if we've got anything on there. See if this thing follows me down the beach or not. Just turn it around a bit. Yeah. Right, so let's see what we've got. Ooh. Thought that was a fish biting back then for a minute, but it might have just been the lead snagging him. Oh, I don't know. Could be something on here. It is not a leviathan, that's for sure. Let's walk down the beach for it. This lovely reel. Have we got anything on there? Is there a fish there? No, nothing. Definitely getting some knocks there though. So let's get that changed over, get another one out. Joe's banging it as hard as he can out there. Didn't see where that landed. Oh, yeah. pay the line out. You don't want to run it off a spool. It's got to come off the way it goes on, because otherwise you're just putting twists in your line and it will come back to haunt you later. Right, let's bait this one up. Right, this bait's been out for a while, so let's get it in and put some fresh bait out there and see if we've got anything on there. I'm happy to say, I think this battery's gone flat on this. I'm happy to say, it's not a blank. Yoo-hoo! I have caught a very small whiting. Let's get him in the bucket, get the other rig out. It's not a blank, but doesn't score me any points because it's too small. But we'll get him unhooked, get him back out, and get this rebaited up. You never know, maybe it's going to start coming on. Whew, catch you in a bit. Well, doubly not a blank, and even smaller whiting. So let's get him in the bucket, get fresh bait on and get it out. Well, we have got activity on this rod at long last that I'm actually seeing. So let's turn the camera around so I can see that.
this one out. It's a monster.
Well, I'm packing away and got a right old knock on this rod. Whoa, here we go. Little whiting, little whiting, little ting, ting-a-ling-a-ling. Go on, tug back. Ooh. Ho! Woo! Woo! I'm on the card! And I think I brought one of my rigs in. Woo! I never believe it.
Well done.
Dab.
I was getting some cracking bites there at the end.
Yeah, I was getting.
Hooking into
But
it.
the whiting I was catching were getting smaller and smaller. Yeah. 21?
21 Bert. Well done.
How many more points is 21 dab? Dab place.
8, 9,
8.
8.
There you go.
Well done, Bert. There you go, fella.
Thank you so much. You're so kind.
At least it didn't break.
Well, I mean, I was catching little whiting, but yeah, at least I've got some points on my card.
Yeah.
Yeah.